What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. Um, Someone sent in a request. I think it's like Jennifer something. All right. She asked for a potato soup, and I'm so happy she asked for that because I have something special. I call it the perfect potato soup because, well, it's perfect. Why do I consider it perfect? Well, it's thick, it's creamy, it has bacon, it has cheese. And let me tell you, this will fill you up and you will be full for the entire night. So, let's see what we need and let's get started. So, the first thing we're going to need taters. I'm using 6 medium sized russet potatoes. We are going to peel and dice these guys up. 3 medium celery sticks, ribs, whatever we call them, stalks. And you want 3 medium carrots. I got 3 medium ones here, but I had 1 left, so I'm like, let's just add this into the soup. Bacon, my friends. You're gonna want 6 strips of bacon. This is already diced up bacon chunks from my homemade bacon. And that's why I saved the little scrap pieces for dishes like this. 1 medium onion. In here, I just have some salt. Some thick granulated, I guess you call it kosher salt. We'll only need half a teaspoon for that. Our heavy cream, we're going to need milk. Three tablespoons of all-purpose flour. You're going to want Cajun spice seasoning. This really gives it flavor. If you don't add this, the flavor will be skewed a bit. This really gives it that perfectness. The Cajun spice seasoning, and of course, bacon. I mean, who doesn't love bacon? Huh? I mean, come on. You want pepper, fresh parsley, last but not least, friends, 8 cups of chicken broth, or you can use vegetable broth as well. Alright, now from here, I'm just going to peel my taters, dice them up, along with the carrots and the celery, and my onion. And I'm not going to bore you guys with that, so I'm just going to do that off camera. So we got our mise en place ready, my friends. Bacon chopped up. Our sofrito, or I think the French call it mirepoix. And of course, I left out 1 tater and 1 carrot after I chopped it all up. This is a lot of vegetables, so I guess I overbought my veggies. You'd rather have too much than not enough, right? And my taters, they're soaking in water here. That's just so they don't turn brown. Now that our mise en place is ready, let's get cooked. So I'm sure you guys noticed that there's no oil involved in this recipe. That's because we're going to cook our bacon first and use the bacon fat as our grease. And we'll just cook this down until it's to our liking, folks. If you like your bacon crispy, cook it till it's crispy. If you like it a little bit on the chewier side, cook it to that. All right, guys. The bacon is done. Now from here, if there's too much grease in your pot, you can always drain some out. Just don't put it down your drain. One thing you can do, take a paper towel, fold it up, and you can just dab it. Soak up that grease. But I'm not going to do too much because fat adds flavor. If you have a bacon grease jar, you can always put your bacon grease in that jar, baby. So let's turn on the heat. We're going to go medium high. Now we have our mirepoix, friends.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And now we're just going to cook this for about 5 minutes until the vegetables just begin to get tender. While our vegetables are cooking, let's drain out these taters. It's been about 3 minutes. Let's add our taters. These taters are going to cook like this, dry for about 5 minutes. And before we let it cook that long, let's add in our Cajun spice seasoning. We just need half of a teaspoon. And some black pepper. And at this point too, if you want to add salt, go right on ahead. But bacon grease has enough salt, so I'm going to add that near the end when I can taste everything together. Alright guys, we're almost done. Let's get our chicken broth in. And now we'll bring this up to a boil and we'll let it simmer for about 10 minutes. So while we wait on the soup to come to a boil, let's get our milk and flour mixture ready. Make sure you have yourself a glass or a bowl. You want a whisk, and of course our handy dandy flour. Let's measure out 1 cup of milk. And our flour. Make sure there are no lumps. Alright, we're now coming up to a little boil here, guys. Turn the heat down. And now our 10 minutes will begin. You want to make sure these taters get nice and soft.
A few moments later.
Alright, it's been about 10 minutes, guys. Let's get our milk flour in here. And we are going to bring this back up to a boil and let it boil for about 5 minutes. That flour is going to help thicken up this soup. Give it some texture. And it takes about 5 minutes for the flour to cook down and really activate. Let's turn off that heat, folks. And let's set this off to the side for a minute. Alright, so we are going to blend some of this soup. Not all of it. You can if you would like. And before you blend this, I highly recommend letting this rest, cool down a bit. Because when you blend hot liquids, it tends to cause pressure. And when you have pressure in a blender, well, things can go pop. Alright guys, it's been about 10 minutes. This thing's still pretty hot. Yep. I'm going to leave the spout a little open just to relieve some pressure. Woo-wee. I'm going to blend up a little bit more as well, you guys. Not much more. So I do like chunks. Alright, let's get this back on the stove. And now let's return this to a boil, my friends. Now let's taste for a seasoning. That's good, but it does need salt. I'm going to add in about half a teaspoon of salt. Alright guys, let's add in half a cup of heavy cream. And a teaspoon of our parsley. Save a little bit more for garnishment. Alright friends, let's serve ourselves. right, you guys. A beautiful, thick, creamy, chunky tater soup. Let's sprinkle on just a little bit more parsley, just for some color. Some of our cheddar cheese. And of course, bacon chunks. Voila, friends. Perfect potato soup. All right. Let's taste this. It's my favorite part of the episode, friends. I want to get a little bit of everything. Mm. That is an absolute flavor bomb. I almost added more salt to it. I'm glad I did not because the bacon makes up for that. And of course, bacon is, I made this bacon. It adds a great smokiness, meatiness. And then the taters. You get the soft, chunky taters. And then the taters we blended up makes it thick and creamy. The carrots add a beautiful sweetness to it. Then the onion and the celery just comes together beautifully in that Cajun seasoning. We did not add much, but that adds a beautiful depth of flavor too. Mm. Mm. That cheese complements it, almost like a baked potato. But friends, you make this, let me tell you, this soup truly is perfect. Well, if you enjoyed today's episode, hit that thumbs up, follow me, make sure your notifications are turned on so you know when I have a new episode, and comment down below. Are you a tater soup fan? If you like the stuff in the Campbell soup, um, you are going to love this. Campbell soup lacks flavor, it lacks depth. This has it all, friends, and real bacon. Well, thanks for tuning in, folks.